Stephen Curry has impacted the game of basketball in a huge way. He has influenced a lot of hoopers, coaches, and fans in valuing the three-point shot. Everyone wants to shoot the three ball, and everyone wants to shoot it at a high level like Steph Curry. With Steph's upbringing and the fact he looks like a normal dude and he isn't a freak athlete like a LeBron James and still revolutionized the game of basketball, he is easily the most influential player of the modern day game of basketball. Like, come on, the Houston Rockets are basically going crazy finding a formula to best value the three-point shot. A 3-time NBA champion, 2-time MVP, a scoring champion, multiple All-Star appearances, and named to numerous All-NBA teams. His game has influenced how the Golden State Warriors play basketball, as well as change up some defensive philosophies. His shooting has been his most valuable skill, and he is by far the best shooter in NBA history. It doesn't matter if it's from mid-range, three-point line, or near half court, or even from the tunnel. Steph Curry is dangerous from anywhere to pull up and knock down a tough shot. This man legit has averaged above 40% on threes in every season he has been in the NBA, and I don't count this season where he shot 24% because come on now, he was coming off injuries and played in like 5 games. Steph changed the way we view point guards in this day and age. We have seen the rise and the value of so many scoring point guards, and yet so little of pass first point guards. Early in Steph's career, he was more of a traditional point guard, someone who lacked athleticism but can score and had a deadly shot, and also can rack up a lot of assists by playmaking for his team on the ball. He also struggled a lot with injuries early on. No one really thought much of Curry, especially evolving into the player he had become today, until he started to put his name on the map even more from 2012 to 2014. During this time under coach Mark Jackson, he was more of a ball dominant guard. We saw a good amount of what Steph Curry could become. He was pulling up from 3 at a high level in front of everyone. He was moving off ball. He was much more of an isolation guy then than now, and worked a good amount of times in the pick and roll and shot more mid-ranges than he did now. But the true value of Steph came when Steve Kerr realized that Steph is amazing working off the ball, and because of his ability as a knockdown shooter, why not run him off ball like all the other great three-point shooters of the league, such as a Ray Allen, Reggie Miller. So we saw a good balance of shots off the dribble from 3, as well as Steph running through an increased number of screens to catch and shoot. You don't see this that much of point guards doing this, but when you have a great shooter on your team and someone who can move very well off the ball, why not just abuse it? Steph's movement off the ball is incredibly deceptive. A lot of defenders are mixed of not letting him catch the ball to shoot it from 3, and they expect it so much, and then Steph just tricks you and cuts to the rim for an open layup. I can't even imagine what it's like for a defender to guard him, because even when watching him, he strikes fear in me as a player. Every tough shot he takes and makes, it demoralizes your entire team, and I feel that too. You want to take away his 3, but he is so deceptive off the ball that he is able to fake you going one way, then quickly goes another way, and immediately has the ball in his hands to shoot. Some of these off-ball moves, he is basically crossing up defenders without the basketball in his hands. And sometimes he baits a defender into a screen, and because his shot is so quick and smooth, it takes only just a little bit of space to get it off. These are skills that you rarely see being practiced nowadays, and honestly, this skill makes Steph Curry who he is rather than just his shooting. And even if you are able to contain him and he passes it off, he is still moving and relocating off the ball, which is why as a defender you can never be too relaxed when guarding him, especially when he can kill you from anywhere. Steph's ability to stretch the floor as a guard is a remarkable and unique trait, and not many guys have it complete. Only guys that rival Steph in stretching the floor like this is Trae Young and Damian Lillard. Nowadays, we want everyone to shoot the 3. Centers and power forwards basically have to be respectable from there. But Curry's range was so crazy that you had to start guarding him at the half-court line. It didn't even help for other teams that Golden State played with an increased fast pace. They didn't even need a stretch 5 to be successful. Andrew Bogut, JaVale McGee, and Zaza Pachulia were their centers. Draymond Green wasn't really all too much as a consistent 3-point shooter, very streaky from there. But the value of Curry spacing the floor the way he does makes none of this even matter, and when he is getting high ball screens coming up the floor, you are at his mercy. The thing about Curry also is that he isn't terrible as a finisher. He's actually one of the best, and as a smaller guard, he has an array of finishes that he uses, most notably his floaters. He isn't too creative when driving, he is more condensed and doesn't look to do too much, changing speeds and all that. Most of his drives are just straight line drives. Simple, doesn't require too much dribbling, and he has the ability to finish through contact and knock his defenders off center and score. So you can't let him drive, you can't let him shoot. He is even more of a pest off the ball. How do you guard this guy? The amount of attention Steph draws off the ball is truly remarkable, and how he converts it either for himself or for his teammates is at an elite level. Steph doesn't even need the ball in his hands to open up a shot for his team, because the focus is so much on him. And looking at his games that he plays in, defenders are constantly watching him. All eyeballs are on to Steph Curry. It destroys the defense altogether, and because of that, it usually leaves someone open. Playmaking doesn't come down to assists all the time. If he was much more of an on-ball presence like a James Harden, there is no doubt in my mind he would be averaging big-time assist numbers every season. But I also don't think he would be truly valuable as he is today. He is a fantastic passer, much more so than he is probably given credit for, and that ability comes alive when working both on ball and off the ball. Steph has broken how we view point guards, and with guys like Kyrie, Damian Lillard, Kemba Walker, Russell Westbrook, these guys are scoring guards, but they don't really impact the floor as much as Curry does for his Warriors. None of these guys has a shooting ability or off-ball presence at an elite level that Steph does. Klay Thompson barely has to look to create for himself, because when guarding Steph or Klay is honestly the lesser of two evils, and he benefits by getting open 3-point shots. And he has to have one of the most easiest jobs in the world, because with so much of the focus on Steph, all he has to do is move off the ball, continue moving, and look to spot up as well as play just defense. Draymond Green has emerged as a great passer because he gets these passes to Steph on the money and on time in rhythm, which is important. And I don't think Draymond gets enough credit of the accuracy and precision of his passes that he gets to Steph on the money, because with fast pace that the Golden State Warriors plays with and how quickly Steph is moving off the ball, everything is just moving fast, quick. It can be so easy to just lose sight or mistime a pass. But Draymond has been a master at getting to guys like Steph and Klay on the money. Just a little Draymond appreciation, because he never gets it. When Draymond can just bring the ball up and all Curry has to do is look to spot up, that changes the whole dynamic of an offense for the Warriors and makes the defense panic in trying to stop Steph, because this man can pull up from anywhere. And when Steph gets hot, he gets hot. And honestly, to wrap this video all up, I don't think people understand the value Steph has on this team. Take him off this team and you won't see the beautiful basketball the Warriors are being played at a high level. They won't have too much of the success they had in the past. And Steph gets this bad rap of being a bad defender. He isn't bad. Being on a team with elite defenders, he's just the easiest one to attack given his size and frame, which is understandable. I can't punish him for being naturally 6'3". You can't teach height, even though some people think that you can. He is actually an average defender. He has grown as becoming a better defender through his career. He is much better as a team defender than playing just one-on-one, and honestly that is good given his size. Not all small guards are going to be the greatest defender ever, but Steph does have a good feel of having his hands up and stripping his defender. He holds his own well one-on-one, but given his frame and size, he just much more is easier to score over. But in terms of playing team defense, he's good at deflections, getting steals, making it difficult for teams to switch to attack him, reading passing lanes. We don't see scoring guards impact the floor like he truly does for his team, and I can't wait to see him back in action next season, because the Warriors this season, and to be honest the entire league, has truly missed Stephen Curry.